Welcome back, everyone, to Life is in the Lyrics, part 2 of our special birthday Priya episode. Please remember to like, share, subscribe, and all that good stuff on whatever platform you're listening to us on. All right, here we go, part 2.
Yeah, so I thought that was a really cool song, and I remember the video too, where it's just all these people holding hands on a hilltop.
Yeah. And it was across the they would
was
show
across
it
the world, and they had
yeah.
so many multicultural people in it, which was, I think, quite ahead of its time at that time.
You know what that reminds me of? That reminds me of that Michael Jackson song, Black or White.
Yeah. You're black, you're white. The effects in that were amazing.
Yeah, they were
right?
so ahead of their time,
Yes.
that special effects.
Yeah, really cool.
There are some songs from your era
Right.
that I have like serious flashbacks. So
Okay.
Chicago,
Yes.
my aunt, my mom's younger sister, my Auntie Viv, love her to death. Well, not to death, she's still alive. Yeah. But so my Auntie Viv came to Canada from England when my mom was pregnant with me to help my mom.
Aw.
So she arrived just before I was born.
Okay.
And then she was in my life right from the very beginning. And I've always been very close with her. And I used to go and stay with her at her apartment. And she had this box set of Chicago. She loved Chicago.
Right.
Like, she loved Chicago and she loved Carole King.
Yes, Tapestry, an amazing album.
Oh, yeah. And so when was Tapestry released?
I don't know, but none of her songs were in the top for 1972, so maybe it was a little later?
I'm just going to look that up.
Okay.
1971.
Oh, right
Okay,
before.
so just before. But it would have probably still kind of be. Anyways, Chicago, Saturday in the park. I think it was the 4th of July.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so I can remember being really little. So I was probably like 5 or 6,
But
I would think.
those songs are in your memory.
Oh, yeah, totally. And I can remember, like I'm having flashbacks right now just after singing those few bars of being in this apartment with my aunt. I remember she used to keep a basket of her nail polish underneath the kitchen sink.
Okay.
And she'd
That's a weird
sit
place
at the
to keep it.
table and she'd do her nails and I'd sit and watch her do her
Aw,
nails.
That's
yeah.
such a sweet memory.
Yeah, I totally have amazing memories. I love you, Auntie Viv. Don't know if you're listening, but
But you should. Don't listen to the beginning where I'm talking about
yeah,
all
she'll
sorts of
be
dirty
absolutely
stuff.
mortified. She's very conservative.
I am sometimes very mortified. Like I
With
don't know.
what comes out of your mouth?
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, jeez.
Like sometimes, like I don't know if a lot of people listening to this, and shout out to our listeners in the Netherlands, and where
They're
else?
more free love. Singapore, Russia, England,
Yes,
the U.S.,
yes,
mostly in Canada.
mostly in Canada. So for those of you who don't know me personally, I worked on a sex show for 10 years.
Right, yeah.
A call-in sex show. When I
Sunday
first
night
started.
sex show with Sue Johansson.
With Sue Johansson. God love her. She helped a lot of people.
Okay, another funny story.
Okay.
You know how you used to come home with the toys?
Yes.
Because she would always have toys that were
That
sent
she
to
was
her that
reviewing.
she was reviewing. You gave me one of those toys. Again, they were never used.
No,
they
they
were
were
just
new.
reviewed. You gave me one of those toys, and as a joke, I gave it to my Auntie Viv for Christmas, and she was absolutely
Oh my
mortified.
God. I would love to have seen the look on her face.
Yeah.
Do you think she ever used it?
Oh, I'm quite confident she never used it.
Oh.
I did ask her once what she did with it. She
my
said,
God.
I threw it away immediately.
Oh,
I knew she would.
bye. So sweet.
Viv.
Viv.
Yeah.
So sweet. But yeah, so having worked on that show for 10 years, it opened up it made me more comfortable talking about sex and more comfortable with my body and, asking for what you want. Because before that, I was just very, very timid and
Asking. I could just imagine you
I was
asking.
like, do this, damn it.
Demanding. Not there. Yeah,
Right,
that's it.
the
Right
spot.
there.
That's the spot.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Oh,
Okay,
yep.
stop.
Okay,
Go,
okay,
go.
Okay, sorry, Viv, and sorry, bye. But on the other hand, sometimes if somebody says something dirty, I'm like, oh my God, how dare you? So I kind of
So you
fluctuate
vacillate between
those two very extreme extremes.
Yeah.
Okay,
Other
next
songs.
song. What about this one? Rocket Man.
Oh, yeah.
My God, I
Yep.
cannot believe Elton John. I mean, he's still making music, right?
Can't see, but he's still
Can't
making
see,
music.
doesn't need to see. He knows those piano keys like the back of his goddamn hand. He can play whatever he wants. So this song, which I think a lot of people probably believe is about drugs, because he talks about I'm going to be as high
Right.
as a kite by then. Because I looked into it, it's not.
No.
It's quite literally about what it's talking about, a rocket man. It's about an astronaut who gets starstruck by being among the stars and is always away from home. Kind of like Cats in the Cradle, where his son is always kind of asking him when he's going to be home, but he just can't stay home. And then I think there's like one final fatal mission that he goes on. But I thought that was interesting that I've only just discovered the real meaning of that song.
Do you think that Rocket Man, though, might also be about him being like him being the Rocket Man? People being starstruck about him kind of being starstruck as well, and that kind of like losing ground.
Possibly. I mean, probably there's a double entendre. He did say.
Did you ever
in
see the
interviews,
movie Rocket Man?
No, I haven't yet.
Oh my God, it's so good.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
It is really good. And the actor that plays
Taron Egerton or something.
Yeah. Oh my God, he's so good.
He's a little morsel, isn't he? Yum, yum.
Yeah.
But I think
He's
it came
very
out
funny.
quite soon after Bohemian Rhapsody, and I was like, I can only do one of these. I'm going to
Yeah, I
leave that one.
didn't do Bohemian
It
Rhapsody.
was really good.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
maybe we'll have to
we'll
each
have
watch
to,
the other one.
Okay,
and then,
and then we'll
yeah,
do
I love this. We say this and we never do it.
No, I have been doing some
Really?
things. Yeah, I've been listening to some
Shawn Mendes?
No, I have not.
Oh my God.
I have been listening to some classical music.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's not by choice. That's because Don puts it on.
So you really haven't done anything. Okay.
No, it's true. I haven't. Okay. I tried to fake it there.
Anyways, the next one, I think this is a classic. This is probably one, like this is a song that is about as American can be.
Yeah.
And that is American Pie.
Oh,
by Don
yes.
McLean, right?
Yes. Yeah. That song, I have so many memories about that song.
I know. And this song really does encapsulate, I think, the era so perfectly. Because it talks about, of course, the plane crash with Buddy Holly,
Yeah.
Richie Valens, and the Big Bopper, who I wasn't familiar with. I knew there was a third musician, but I didn't know his music or his name even. But that song, the line, "Something touched me deep inside." I wish. The day the music died. Sorry, Viv and Vi.
Oh my
sorry.
God. Yeah.
Not sorry.
Sorry, not sorry.
But that song, that line
The
is
day
referring to the plane crash.
Music died.
And we were singing,
Bye, bye, Miss American Pie. Drove my Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. Then good old boys were drinking whiskey and rye, singing, "This'll be the day that I die."
I love that song so much.
I have, that song brings back this memory. When I was in high school, I worked summer camps.
Right.
And one summer, so they would do these training sessions at the beginning of the summer. All the camp counselors would be brought together, do these training sessions, and there would be one night where we do a sleepover in Lowville Park. And I can remember...
So you guys were doing encampments before encampments was a thing.
That's terrible.
I'm sorry, it just came.
That is terrible.
No, I'm sorry.
Oh my God, Priya. It's a good job. It's your birthday. There's gonna be a little more forgiveness, but you are reaching the line.
I know.
That's awful. So yes, I remember one of the things that we had to do for that training. They had us all in a line with you had to put your hands on the shoulder of the person in front of you, and this was in the dark, the middle of the night, and they took us out into the forest.
Okay, this sounds so dirty.
No. You had to put your hands on the shoulders in the front of the person in front of you. You had to walk in a line, so they
you
would
don't
walk
get lost.
you. Yeah,
Okay.
so you don't get lost.
Right, okay.
And we had to sing that song from start to finish.
American Pie?
American Pie.
Oh, okay.
Without making a mistake, and we weren't allowed to go back.
What happened if
to
you
our
made a
tent.
mistake?
You had to start all over, and you had to keep walking around the forest.
Okay.
So that's a memory that I have.
But that
of
sounds
that
kind of
song.
fun.
It was so much fun, and you're 17 years old
I
or
know.
whatever, and it was such a great time. And it's such a great song.
It is a fantastic song. And it really does, if you do listen to the lyrics, it's a time capsule.
Yeah.
It tells
Yeah.
you exactly what was going on. It talks about the assassination of JFK. It talks about the widow. It talks so much about what life was like. And I don't know. I think that's why it's considered an American classic. Because what other song does that?
It'll be interesting in 50 years if people are looking back at the music of 2024 and the lyrics. And I mean, they will represent a particular moment in time,
Yeah.
but I wonder if there will be
Anything quite like this?
where there's that these songs really spoke to what was going on.
That's really interesting because I wonder if we look back at decades of music, I think the 70s stand out as a time when people really did talk about what was happening socially, politically. The Vietnam War just was permeated everything, right? And so I think the music of that time was much more of a rebellion. Whereas I don't know if you look at the 80s, God, totally different.
Well, there were certain cultural moments in the AIDS crisis was one of them,
Yes.
for sure.
Can you think of songs that relate to that?
Well, when it's on the tip of my tongue, what's his? I feel like fire. I'm so in love with you. Frankie Goes to Hollywood.
Right.
Relax. Jimmy Somerville and what was Jimmy Somerville in?
But are you saying those songs talked about?
I'm listening to the song in my head.
Right.
Small Town Boy, I think it was called.
Oh, a small town boy in a dead end world?
No.
Okay.
And Erasure, like these were all bands, Pet Shop Boys.
Yes.
They were all talking and singing about
The AIDS crisis?
Some of their songs, definitely.
Okay.
They were singing about loss and basically the LGBT movement and sex, like gay sex. So I think, though, you'd have to be kind of tapped into that maybe.
Yeah, I had no idea. I mean, I listened to a lot of those artists, or at least, I've listened to a lot of those artists growing up in the 80s, but I can't think of a single song that I would identify.
Don't do it
Yeah.
when you want to go to it. Relax.
Right.
Don't do it when you want to come.
Oh, is it talking about...
Yes.
Oh, did you know that Cyndi Lauper's She Bop is all about masturbation?
Oh, no, I didn't.
Yes, if you read the lyrics.
She Bop.
Sometimes I wonder, like we sing songs and we sing the lyrics, and then
he
eventually,
looks up grinning like a devil. It's
I couldn't believe it. I could not believe it. And then I was so aghast at making sure Maya wouldn't know what that line meant.
Yeah,
and she's like,
she knew.
"Oh, what do you mean? Because his head is down here?" And I'm saying,
Yeah, rude. Okay, back to you. And back
Always,
to 72.
Yes. So that is a love that song. But then there were just so many other noteworthy songs. Okay, some of the other songs that I think people remember. First of all, I wanted to say Puppy Love by Donny Osmond.
Oh, and they called it Puppy Love.
Da, da, da.
I remember
any of the other words.
I had a record player, and I remember it was remember those record players, and they have the two latches, and you flipped it up.
I had one of those.
Yeah, I had one of those, and mine was a jean pattern
cool.
on the outside.
That's cool.
And I remember we used to, my brother, rest his soul, he's not with us now, so I can tell this. We used to listen to Donny Osmond, the Jackson 5.
Right.
We had these little 45s, and we play them. And Donny Osmond was definitely always
Yeah, because he was so cool back then.
Yeah. Donnie Marie.
So I love that song. I remember that song, I think, was in an episode, I believe it was in an episode of Happy Days.
Oh, yeah, maybe. Yeah,
And-
that would make sense.
Yeah, and I remember that show and just loving that show so much. So that song came out the same year. The Lion Sleeps Tonight.
Oh, in the jungle, the mighty jungle, the lion. What is that about?
Tonight. I have no idea. But we were talking about this off air where we were saying, what is, oh my God, a Wimbowe? Who came up with the word a Wimbowe? Maybe, do you think maybe it's an African word, like an actual word?
Oh my
'Cause they're
God, Priya,
talking
do
about-
your research.
I don't know. I'm just saying because it's talking about the jungle and stuff. Maybe it's about that. Oh God, I hope that doesn't sound so out of touch.
You heard it. Let's see. In the jungle.
The song was by Robert John, who I never heard of, and I don't know if I have ever heard of it. Maybe he was a one-hit wonder. I feel like we should do an episode about one-hit wonders.
Yeah, we definitely should.
That would be a fun one. While you're looking up The Lion Sleeps Tonight and the meaning of it, and the Wimbowe. Other songs, Lean on Me by Bill Withers.
Oh, yeah. Lean on me.
When you're not
When
strong,
you're not strong,
I'll be your friend.
I'll help you carry on.
Lean on me. I love that song.
Yeah.
I remember seeing, do you remember at Wonderland, Canada's Wonderland, which is a big theme park here for all you people who are not in Canada? They used to do shows, like performance shows. I don't know if they
my
still do
God,
that.
I remember that. Yeah.
And they were always so popular.
I think I knew some people that actually got hired there as
Oh,
performers.
I bet a lot
Yes.
of my friends used to do that because
Yeah.
I know a lot of performers, and I bet some of them have done that. But I do remember seeing a performance once there, and they sang "Lean on Me," but it was so ridiculous because the move that they did at that time, because they were doing some choreography with it. It was like 4 people or something. They all like kind of like you were saying when you did the American Pie camp out.
Oh, yeah.
And you had your hands on each other's shoulders. Well, they all did that, and then they all leaned. It
Oh.
was so ridiculous. So.
According to Wikipedia, The Lion Sleeps Tonight, the original song title was M-B-U-B-E, Mumba.
Okay.
And that is the Zulu word for lion.
See?
It was written and recorded first in
was
1939 by Solomon Linda, a South African Zulu singer who worked for the Gallo Record Company in Johannesburg as a
Okay.
cleaner and record packer. He spent his weekends performing. Yeah. So, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I was right on. Vindication feels
There you
so
go.
good.
Yeah.
And then I Can See Clearly Now by Johnny
I can
Nash.
see
That's a good one too.
clearly now
The rain has gone.
Again, another song that
see
my mom.
all
So
stick-
my mom, she will do this where if you say a phrase like, "Oh, I can see clearly that this is," and she'll go, "I can see clear." My mom would be the one who would like
Right,
jump
pull
in
out
with
the
it.
song.
Yeah,
I love
for
that.
sure.
I
Yeah.
love that. So those are some of the other noteworthy songs. But if you really look at the top 100, there are a lot.
Well, what about this one? I'm surprised
Tell
that you
me.
haven't. Helen Reddy.
Yeah.
I Am Woman.
Oh, yeah. You know what? I've never really identified with that song.
Really?
Not really.
Okay.
But, the number 1 song of the year was The First Time I Ever Saw Your Face
Yeah.
by Roberta Flack, which was not her original song, but when it became number 1 when she recorded it. I know that song more than I Am Woman. I really don't even know how that song goes. Is it I Am Woman, Hear Me Roar?
Oh yeah, I Am Woman, Hear Me Roar. Yeah. That's like the first line of the song.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know that song very well at all.
It is about women empowerment.
Yeah, I mean, I just... No, I mean, I love that.
Yeah. Well, whatever.
I love the meaning,
That's
but I
fine.
just don't love the song.
Okay. Wow.
There's a
okay.
lot- there's a
For
lot of
woman
great-
who's empowered,
I don't
you're
know.
like,
That's-
yeah, it's a bit too obvious for me.
Maybe I have to listen to the song again because I really don't know how it goes and I don't know much of the lyrics at all.
Okay. Well, you know what? I'm just gonna so that you can.
You're going to pull up some lyrics and put me to shame?
No, I'm gonna play it for you so you can hear it.
Okay, this will be good. That's a hard pass. So Mike just played the song for me and I find it really annoying actually.
Okay.
It's the
Sorry,
bounciness
Helen.
of it. It's the la 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 la
Okay.
la la la.
Wow. Well, I am looking forward to some listener feedback on that.
Give me If I Was the Man by Taylor Swift any day over that song.
Okay. Yeah.
And then there are the ridiculous songs that I have to say some of the,
The titles?
Yes.
Yeah.
Clean Up Woman, which I would just love to know if that's like, is it about drugs? Is it about clean up the house? Is it what are they saying? Clean up yourself? What is that song
Yeah.
about? What a stupid title. And then, it's a stupid title. And then Troglodyte,
What?
in brackets, Caveman. That was the name of a song that actually cracked the top 100 of 1972.
What?
Troglodyte.
I don't even know. What is a troglodyte?
It's a kind of caveman. And then my 2 favorites, Pop That Thang and My Ding-a-ling. Oh, the 70s. Aside from some of those ridiculous songs, I mean, I'm sure we could come up with ridiculous songs from every decade, but the 70s really just a lot of ridiculous songs, but a lot of incredible songs. And that's it for my birthday episode. I'm so sad. This was my favorite episode ever
Oh my God.
so far, until maybe next year when we'll do something else about me.
Okay, yeah. Well, thanks, Priya, for making it all about you.
Oh, thank you for letting me.
I cannot wait till my birthday when we make it all about. No, I wouldn't.
You wouldn't do that. You're
No.
not. You're not that.
I like to make it all about me for me.
Yes.
But I don't like being as I said, I don't like being all the attention.
Right.
But
But
you know what's kind of funny about that? I would be disappointed if people didn't.
remember your birthday?
Or make it,
Or make a fuss of it.
yeah, and not like huge,
Yeah.
whatever, but just kind of acknowledge.
Of course. Who wouldn't?
Yeah.
I know there's a lot of people who are like, yeah, I'm not big on birthdays.
Yeah.
But I am big on any celebration.
That's true.
I do like to make a big deal out of any time that you can celebrate. And I use my birthday as a blackmail tool, as a way to get all my friends together.
It's just one of the many
It's just
things
one of
in
the
your
tools
arsenal.
in my toolbox. Yeah. I'm like, this is my birthday. Now I can guilt all my friends to come together and do the thing I want them together.
Say stupid things about me.
Say bad things about me. Sing karaoke duets.
Oh,
with
no,
me.
I love that. We got to do that
That is a lot of
soon.
fun.
It's been a while.
It has been a while.
Actually, your birthday.
It was my birthday last year.
Yeah.
So we should do it again. And we should maybe do it like once every few months just for fun.
All right. Well, thank you, everybody, for listening to this very special
And
episode.
Don't you want to say something to me?
Happy birthday, Priya.
you.
You don't
Thank you
look
so
a
much.
day older
35?
than... No, I was going to say 52.
Oh.
Yeah. No, you don't
Wow.
you look very good for the old battle axe that you are. No,
And that is about right.
No, you do. You don't look 53. That's for sure.
Well,
Yeah.
thanks. Why don't we post a photo of my current self and we'll let the people decide.
Yeah, you know what though? I do have an issue with this whole judgment of just me even saying you don't look 53.
I know. What is 53?
What is 53?
Well, I will tell you this. I remember when I was maybe in my 20s or something and watching Miss Teen USA pageants and thinking those bitches look like they're 35.
Oh yeah.
Like they did not look like teenagers at all. And there is some difference. Like when our parents were 53, they looked different than we do now.
They do, but maybe so. Yeah, I guess I'm thinking. I've even said in a recording, I've commented on Madonna's look.
Yes.
So I have these hang-ups myself. I know I
Yeah.
gotta shed those.
But that
it's
you were
not
talking about all her cosmetic surgery.
I know, but still, who
I know,
cares?
who
You know
cares?
what?
Do
It
what you wanna
doesn't
do.
matter what what. Who am I to say what an age is supposed to look like?
Exactly.
You look amazing in my eyes, and
you.
I don't care what age it is.
Thank you.
So there
And
you
when
go.
I'm 75, I want to look just like Cher.
Okay, yeah, she's
So I'm never going
gorgeous.
to age.
Yeah.
Ever, ever, ever.
Well, listeners, thanks for listening. Give us a like, follow us, subscribe, and if you know anyone who likes to listen to people blather on, then
do.
please share.
Yeah.
Share this podcast. You can...
Reach out to us either by email at lifeisinthelyrics@gmail.com or
slide into our DMs.
slide right into there. Hey, men, if anybody wants to slide, never mind.
No.
Okay, or you can slide into our
Jesus.
DMs at The Little Podcast. That's the LIITL podcast.
Thanks, Priya.
Thanks, Mike.
Bye.
Bye.
Happy birthday
To me.
Happy birthday to you.
How come the stars work?